Hi, Dave Kovar here, and thank you for your interest in ProMAC. And I want to give you a guided tour and explain to you a little bit about what ProMAC consists of. We started ProMAC over a decade ago, and initially what it was a series of seminars, and we would pass that information, and it was very valuable for a lot of people. But it's evolved into a very sophisticated, state-of-the-art mentoring program that really basically can virtually guarantee your success if you're to follow the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take you through. Right now I'm at the ProMAC website, and I want to scroll down and kind of give you an idea of the four primary components of ProMAC. First and foremost is our one-on-one coaching. What happens is that we have a team of staff members that have all been with us for at least a decade, many of them for 20 years, that help to coach our clients. And in the one-on-one coaching, we generally meet a couple times a month on the phone with our clients, and the call might go anywhere from 20 minutes to a half an hour, where we will address issues that you're currently going through and help you to kind of strategize on what's going to take to get to your next level. And we find these to be incredibly educational on our part and really valuable for our clients. The next thing we have is quarterly conferences. So basically 4 times a year we meet on the East Coast, and 4 times a year we meet on the West Coast, and the clients will usually pick a coast, one or the other, and we'll get together for 2 days where we will discuss staff training, retention strategies, and strategies for generating new members. Now, I got to be honest, some people never make the conferences. Some people never miss them. It really depends on what your needs are and obviously where you live, etc. So those are 2 components. Now the next 2 are online, and you're going to be impressed with this. This is something we've been working on forever. What we have here is what we refer to as ProMAC 365 and the Kovar's Resource Library. And I'm going to go to Kovar's Resource Library first. And what this is a resource library of over 1,000 documents, which consists of video and PDFs and links. That we have developed over the years that we utilize to run our schools. We currently have 8 schools that we own and operate, and we average over 300 members per location, and with a gross of over $40,000 per location. And that's not done with a lot of paid in fulls or churning new members. It's really about just really high quality student service. Here we are in the resource library, and just for fun, I'm going to give you kind of a tour of what's in here. So these are the different categories that you'll see: character development, combative fitness training, all the way down to topics for school owners and everything in between. Now, how you might use this document. So let's just say you want to grow your school. Let's go to student acquisition. Let's go over here and push the search button. And what happens is what you'll see is what'll pull up is we will pull up a series of documents. In this one, it looks like there's 82 documents on how to generate new members, right? And what's in one of these documents? Well, let me take you to how to schedule and conduct booth opportunities. This would give you an idea, a sample of what this entails. Now, all the material in here, once again, we really developed with our staff in mind. So it's not something we put together that we can put in the library. This is functional, usable stuff that we've developed over time. So this is how to schedule and conduct booth opportunities. Let's just say that Kung Fu Panda 3 came out in the movie theaters and you have a chance to have a booth there. How can you maximize that event? Well, you might pull up this document, and so that you review it with your team, whoever might be running it. And in this document, there's an overview of the event, there's objectives of the event, identifying the opportunities and booking the events and materials needed. You see, it's very detailed: what to bring, what to do a month before, what to do a week before, what to do that day. You get the idea. So really what we've done is we've taken the guesswork out of it, right? How the follow-up goes and everything. And once again, this is stuff that we've learned over time and refined over time. So that's one document in the student acquisition module. Let's go back over here to the categories again, and let's take this time topics for training staff, topics for all staff. And let's go over here to the subcategory, and let's push on staff development modules. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to push the search button. And what you're going to see pull up is a series of 9 different training modules. Now the reality is everything in this library, all 1,000 documents, can be staff training modules. But these particular ones, what we've done is we've linked them together, kind of like a recipe, if you will. And so let's say, for example, we're going to go to new staff member fundamentals. You've got a new staff member, you want to make sure you get them started off. We're going to go ahead and go here, and out pops staff development module number 1, which is new staff member fundamentals. Now if you take a look at this, there's 8 different pieces of this, and what happens is they watch a video on friendly on purpose, then they read a document on attitude, watch another video, and each time they're answering questions and they report back to you when you're done. And everything in this is non-style specific and universal, meaning it's stuff that we're pretty confident you're going to be happy that your team takes a look at. And this does not replace you from training your staff, it just aids you in the process. And so it goes on and on. There's literally, if I was just to go back to just to give you a sense of it, all categories, and I was to go over here to search, let's just say I want to see how many videos were in here. I go to video, I click on the link, I'm looking for a particular video for a staff meeting maybe, or to get together, and what do you know, you scroll down, almost 459 videos currently in this video. Okay, and as far as files, let's scroll down here, and here we go. 475. You get the idea. Lots of good stuff. Now let's just be more specific. There's a keyword thing that really helps you if you're not sure what to look for. Let's just say you have a birthday party this Saturday and you want to make sure that you do the best job you possibly can, or maybe someone else is going to do the birthday party. You want to train them. You want to make sure you train them right. So you go over here to the keyword and you type in birthday. You push the search button. And what will pop up is information, both video and in this particular case, it's just PDFs. If I go over here and I go all, then what I'm going to get is I'm going to add, there's going to be a couple more videos that also have to do with birthday parties. So, you know, how to promote them, the basics of birthday party, how to maximize the opportunity, etc. So what these are all pretty sophisticated documents that are going to help you make sure that you do the very best birthday party you possibly can. So this is the resource library. Now up over here in the corner, I'm going to take you to what we call ProMAC 365. And ProMAC 365 is more than just a calendaring system. It's an integrated system that addresses time management and task prioritization for nearly every aspect of your school. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, we have here is game plan week of January the week of January 6th through 12th. And so what this is I'm going to take you through for this particular week. We think that we break it down into new student recruitment, student retention, staff development, and others, something that doesn't fit into that category. In new student recruitment, we're going to give you something we think you should be doing every week. For example, this week we think you should be calling or emailing old leads and offer them a free month of training. The bottom line, remember the date here, it's the beginning of the year. If you're ever going to get old leads in, this is the time you're going to do it. So a great time to do that. Now let's just say you did that. When you're done, you just kind of click on that link, and eventually that box will turn that lets you know it got done. Now over here under student retention, we think you and or your team should watch a particular video on long-term retention strategies. Under staff development, we think the first year is a great time that you should be meeting with your team, right? If your team is only one person, you meet with them and just kind of do a performance review. And by the way, if you click here, there's a link to how to do a performance review. And we also think you should be reviewing your December stats to make sure you develop a plan to address any deficiencies. And by the way, if you're not familiar with stats, don't worry. We're going to give you lots of great ways to track stats with ProMAC. Now the next thing is you go down to class content for the week. In this, you'll see there's messages of the week for adults, for juniors, and the life skills for children is also messages, but these are targeted more towards our beginner character development messages, and then school safe, street safe, which is basically bully and stranger stuff. And over here we have a particular children's drill that you might want to do in class this week, a particular adult drill, limb breaking, that's a nice term there. And over at the end, our combative fitness training, every week we give you a different approximately 10-minute workout if you wanted to at the end of class. It's all body weight. It just keeps class fresh and innovative versus just the same old push-ups and jumping jacks. And then every week over here, we will give you one particular exercise if you want to just break the class up a little bit. Now, we scroll down a little bit, and you'll see next is weekly tasks. This is things we think you should be doing every week. And by the way, the order of things is going to vary, and this is totally customizable, which I'll show you in a minute. But for example, every week we think you should be compiling stats for the week. You want to make sure that you update your announcement board on Tuesdays. Is a good, or any day, but we pick Tuesdays to review students on trial. You get the idea. Every one of these, once again, has an arrow through it, has a link to it. And then we scroll down to daily, and this is things we think you should be doing every day. So when you show up to work, boom, first thing you do, daily walkthrough. When you're done, you click on that link, or somebody else. Clean the bathrooms. When you're done, click on something else. Action items and follow-up for when you're done, click on something else. Now, let's just say that you want to add some things to this. So what you do is very customizable. I just go to right down here and I click on Add Everyday Task, and let's just say that I want to add mopping the floor. So I go mop the floor. and I push the save button. And what happens now is this becomes part of my daily ritual. See how that finally turned green there? Very cool. So down here at the bottom, you'll see mop the floor is part of the routine. So very powerful way to keep you on track. Now my experience in martial arts has been that generally speaking, people tend to get sidetracked. They kind of they forget that it's just really about being brilliant in the basics, and that's what we're really about with ProMAC is really helping clients through the one-on-one calls, through the quarterly conferences, and through access to the resource library and ProMAC 365 to really help clients get to the next level. The other thing with ProMAC, it's a monthly program, which means you don't have to enroll for a year. If after the end of 2 months you don't like it, you're out. But guess what? Our clients like ProMAC, our retention is off the hook, and we always want to bring more value than what we're charging, and we tend to do a very good job in that. If you have more questions or would like to hear more about it, you can reach out to myself or Lisa Cox at area code 916-480-0456. or to me at dave.kovar@kovars.com. I'd love to talk to you more about what it would take to be involved in ProMAC. Thanks for tuning in.